Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. What an emphatic victory. Exactly the kind of victory that I was hoping. If you'd seen my, preview video, I was sort of expecting 3-0, 4-0 sort of scoreline. We're in a bit of a roll at the moment. Frank Lampard's got this team churning off the back of those two draws, the 0-0 draws against Sevilla and Man United. I think I'm starting to think they were very important draws. It was to set up defensive structure, allowing us to basically build a foundation to the attacking football that we're playing right now. And honestly, this particular match, we were in utter control. There was absolutely not a moment in that match did I feel that we were under any trouble. So guys, just like all the other times, I want to talk about 5 talking points that I sort of took out from that match. But before we get into all of that, guys, take this opportunity to smash that like button, guys. Please help this channel out with as many likes as we can get for this particular video. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. So guys, let's get straight into the 5 talking points. First of all, Pulisic. Guys, he was in line to start this particular match, but just before the match started, he was taken off because some minor injury in the warm-up. But this is the situation now with Pulisic, where I'm starting to think, is this player a bit of an injury-prone player? Too many injuries that has happened, since he's joined Chelsea. And since he's, basically started his playing career, there's been quite a few injuries, and something needs to happen here in the sense that he needs to manage his body a little bit better so we can actually see a lot more of him, because he's such a fantastic player. But off the back of that, in social media, as usual, a lot of people are very upset that Timo Werner, got the start because he was in line to get the rest. He's played so many matches. And they're a bit upset that Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't get to replace Pulisic and Timo came in. And honestly, from my perspective, I don't know how you could have given Callum Hudson-Odoi a start off the back of that match against Krasnodar. Yes, he scored the goal, but he didn't warrant enough to start the match. And honestly, I'm glad Frank Lampard stuck with Timo Werner, because he gives us that, that work rate, that ruthlessness up front as well. And he proved it in the game, which we'll touch down the track with the goal that he scored finally taken. So, I've got no issues that, that Frank Lampard went with Werner. I think it was justified. Now, point number 2. The 4-3-3, guys, that 4-3-3 looked so brilliant. Yes, it's Burnley. A lot of people are going to say it's Burnley. I don't really care. In the Premier League, there's no easy teams. Every team is difficult. The 4-3-3, yes, looks a lot better when the team sits deep, which Burnley did, and it was expected they were going to sit deep, but you still need to carry it out. I think where I want to first start with this 4-3-3 is Kante. Kante looked so good in this particular match. The holding midfield position, he played it perfectly. Defensively, he intercepted. He was dynamic in defense. And, going forward, he pressed really well. And in the second half, when we were up 3-0, he started to show his ball playing ability as well, which was great. He was finding some really nice passes, 1-2 passes. But he looked so much more comfortable, in my opinion, in that particular setup, just sitting in front of the 2 centre-backs. And he was basically just marshalling side to side. He was helping out in build-up, being the link-up man. And, I want to see this because this allows our midfield of Mount, Kai Havertz, and, Ziyech drops in. We've seen so many times in this situation, the 4-3-3, in that particular match, Ziyech, Mount, and Kai Havertz was just controlling the midfield. For the first time this season, I felt that our midfield was not dominated by our opposition. We've been dominated in the midfield by so many opposition this season so far. This was the first match I felt we were in control with and without the ball. With the ball, Ziyech, Mount, and Kai Havertz, they looked phenomenal. The way they were linking up, short passes, looked epic. Number 3, Hakim Ziyech. Guys, I said it in my preview that this guy is going to be an absolute nightmare for low blocks. And he proved it once again. A goal, an assist. That goal, the nice interplay between, I believe it was Tammy Abraham and Hakim Ziyech, and there was another player, I think it was Werner maybe, or maybe Kai Havertz, someone on the right side. and it was an interplay between them three, and then Tammy Abraham just lays it off for Hakim Ziyech, and Hakim Ziyech takes the first time shot. And this is the thing, against low blocks, you can't just dwell around with the ball too much. If you see an opportunity for a shooting chance, you've got to take it, and that's the thing what Hakim Ziyech does. He takes the shot on, and what a beautifully taken shot. The keeper thought it was going to be a curler, but he went on the near post and scores. And his game in that whole match, he was dropping deep, linking up, finding those key passes, short passes as well, and that assist, bellissimo. That was so beautiful. That assist to Werner was a quick pass as well. And I think that's the other trait, that you need to utilize Werner's pace by passing it quick, and that's exactly what Ziyech did. He threaded through beautifully, and then Werner with the finish. But overall, a man of the match performance from Hakim Ziyech, and he completely destroyed Burnley. And I'm so glad we're blessed to have a player like Hakim Ziyech. For against low block teams like this, he's going to unlock everything, and not just low blocks, any other teams as well. Now, point number 4, our strikers, Tammy Abraham, Timo Werner. Guys, both of these players had such a great game. I'll talk about Tammy Abraham because I was very, very impressed by his work rate, defensively and in attack. Defensively, many times in set pieces, he was the one who cleared the ball out. He was the first to get to the header. And, he dropped Steve to help out in defense, in the defensive phase, and up front as well. His movement was very good as well. His assist for Ziyech seemed like a simple assist, but still he had to lay it off nicely, and he did that. And there were several times he had some really, really good movements up front. There was one cross, I think it was from Reece James, where he missed again, but it might have been a bit too quick. But these are the ones where I'm hoping down the track he eats up. And today he really gave me a good belief that he is more than capable of being a great backup striker. And whenever Timo needs a bit of rest, or if he's injured, God forbid, Tammy Abraham can definitely do the job. Obviously, he's shown us last season, but he's now, with all the competition around, he's one player who's starting to show immense development around this competition. And Timo Werner, guys, he was meant to have a rest. I'm pretty sure he ended up playing the full match. And that just goes to show the physical attributes, the endurance of this particular player. He was running, his work rate is always immense. And I was so happy that he got that goal. He deserves a goal. I feel like he deserves a goal every game, and he needed that goal. Luckily enough, Ziyech put that through, and Werner with a beautiful finish. And I hope he can continue like this. And goals are now coming slowly, and hopefully this will keep building his confidence. And then Giroud coming off the bench as well just shows the kind of depth that we have in our team, which is fantastic. Last topic that I want to talk about is our set piece defending, our set piece attacking, and defending in general. Guys, another clean sheet, and this is not a surprise anymore. Mendy and Thiago Silva specifically, they command our defense. Mendy simply commands the box, doesn't allow anything to happen. There was one sort of shot in the first half, very beginning, where Burnley was one-on-one, and luckily enough, the shot went over the bar. But it was a pressure created by Mendy as well. The ball went just over Zuma. And overall, Burnley had so many set pieces. Not once was I worried, because defensively, our structure looks very, very good in set piece defending. But Mendy, anytime it comes around his area, he just comes out and collects it. So there's a lot of calmness, and Thiago Silva with his defensive qualities just keeps everything calm. He's passing, his defensive headers are always to his teammates. And the way he intercepts and whatnot, the whole control of the match was beautiful, and the build-up from the back was great as well. Zuma gets himself a goal from the set-piece attacking sense. It was a bit shaky in the beginning in few instances, but he grew into the match. I think being alongside Thiago Silva helps that situation. That bullet header, just goes on to show we're improving in the set-piece attacking sense as well. I think that's his 3rd goal of the season too, which means in the attacking sense, which were lacking last season in set pieces, we're developing. And kudos to Reece James and Chilwell. Both of them played very well as fullbacks, and they respected the fact that they needed to come back and always help out in defense as well, which is fantastic. So guys, now a final message. Overall, a brilliant game. I don't think that besides that Palace game where we were very, very good, this was another point of reference where we were in complete control and well-deserved 3 points. We took care of our opposition, nullified all their threats, and we're now, inside the top 4. And honestly, we are looking like we could go on a bit of a roll with the kind of matches that's coming up. And you never know where we could sit at the end of this. And Frank Lampard, I must say, he is now putting things together. I hope he continues like this. Hope this development keeps going, because this team is starting to look beautiful. So guys, let me know what your thoughts were about this match. Let me know who your man of the match was and all the topics that I've talked about. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to have a discussion with each and every one of you guys and really get this interaction going in this particular platform. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.